Welcome to Equations, lesson number 1, one-step equations using mental math. So this unit is our final unit, and it is about solving equations, which we do by finding a value for the variable that makes the left side of the equation equal to the right side of the equation. So that's our goal. The first method we're going to look at in this lesson is called solving one-step equations using mental math. So basically, instead of using opposite operations in algebra, we are going to just try to imagine what value we could put in for our variable to get to our answer using mental math only without doing a lot of work on the page. So let's start with example number 1. Solve the following equation. X plus 2 equals 5. So when we read this question, what we want to be thinking is there's my variable x, and that x is a number whose value we don't know. But there will be one value for x that when we add it to 2 will give us 5. So we read this as a number plus 2 equals 5. So what number, if when I added 2 to it, would end up with 5? And if we think about that for a second, we realize that the value for x that we would add to 2 to equal 5 would be 3. And we did this using mental math. Like I said, we just imagined what the value would be for x to then be added to 2 and total 5. So the last thing we're going to practice as part of this solution is to do a check. And a check means to ensure that the left side is equal to the right side of this equation if we use the value that we found to be our solution in the actual equation. So I'm going to start by writing out left side equals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out just the left side of my equation. X plus 2. So this is the left side, and I'm just going to highlight it here so you can see it. This is what I'll call the left side of my equation. That's the left side. And now in the place of the x, I'm going to put 3, since that's what I believe x to be. 3 plus 2, and that's going to equal 5. Now let's check in with the right side of our equation. The right side is equal to, so if we go all the way back up here, let's have a look. The right side is equal to, well, that's all we have, just that number right there. So we're going to put down the right side of our equation, which is also 5. Now we're going to make a comparison of these two values. And they are the same, which means, this is a mathy way to write this, therefore the left side equals the right side. So what it means is that our solution is correct. Our value for x being equal to 3 is correct. It makes the left side of the equation equal to the right side, and that's our goal in solving. Let's have a look at example number 2. Solve the following equation. Now we would read this one as 2 times y equals 8. So what we're thinking is 2 times a certain number will be equal to 8. So what number would I multiply by 2 to arrive at 8? And again, I'll do a little bit of thinking about it. And I think that the value that will make that true is 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. And now let's do our check again. Our check, we have our left side equal to. So again, I'm going to write out the left side of my equation. That's it right here. The left side of my equation just has a 2y. So I'm going to write that down. And now in the place of the y, I'm going to put the value I think to be correct, which is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. The right side of my equation, again, I'm going to look up here, the right side of my equation, just 8 there, so I'm going to put an 8 in. And as above, these two values for the left side and the right side are the same. So we will sum this up by saying, therefore, the left side equals the right side. And we celebrate because we did our mental math correctly and got the right answer. So what I'd like you to do is give example A a try by yourself. So hit pause here in the video. When you think you have an answer using mental math for A that makes the left side equal to the right side, and be sure you include a check, come on back and we'll see how you did. Alright, let's get a look at this. We have A subtract 3 equals 2. So a certain number, when we take 3 away from it, is going to give us 2. So we think about that. I have a number. When I take 3 away, I have 2. A will be equal to 5 in this case. And I'm going to check this by doing a left side equals. So there's my left side, A minus 3. I'm going to put in the value for A, 5, that I think is true. And 5 minus 3 equals 2. Let's do the right side now. The right side of my equation is equal to just 2. And are these guys here the same? Let's have a look. Got, whoops, I wanted a highlighter. We've got 2 on the left side. We've got 2 on the right side. And we would say, therefore, left side equals right side. And this time, I'll put a little happy face there to celebrate. So hopefully you arrived at an answer of A equals 5. Let's go on to example B. Again, I'd like you to hit pause here. Try this on your own. When you have an answer, including a check, come on back and we'll see how you did. All right, let's get a look at this. This is B divided by 2 equals 3. So we have a number which when we divide it by 2 is going to equal 3. So what is that number going to be? I'm going to think I have a number, I divide it by 2, and I end up with 3. My answer will be B is equal to 6. 6 when I divide it by 2 or cut it in half, I end up with 3. But let's be sure, let's do a check. So the left side of my equation is equal to B divided by 2. I'm going to substitute in the value I think is correct for B, which is 6, and then do that math. 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3. Let's look at the right side of our equation. Right side of our equation has just a 3. So let's look at these two values. We've got 3 on the right side, 3 on the left side. Therefore, our left side is equal to our right side, and happy face, because we got the right value for B as shown in our check. So this is the end of lesson number 1. Really, we're looking at ways to solve one-step equations using mental math. So imagining what number, when having a certain operation performed on it, will give you the answer. We do that in our heads, and then we use our check, which is an important thing. We're going to be using the check throughout the whole unit, so make sure you've got that piece under control. If you're feeling good about this, head off to the homework, and I'll see you in lesson number 2.